Hi, I'm Emily Jacob and welcome to Em's R&R, Tips for Rescue and Resilience. Rescue so that you can self-rescue when you're starting to feel anxious or panicky, when you're feeling overwhelmed, and resilience so you can build your inner core and need to self-rescue less often. Today, the technique I want to share with you is a breathing space meditation. And it's a very, very small and easy meditation to do between tasks, between meetings, between activities, and it's one that's very easy to remember. It has three steps, and it literally only takes 3 minutes. And it's 1 minute for each step. Now, some people, when they are very progressed and practice, they can actually go through these steps in very quick succession within a few seconds of each other, and they're feeling more grounded and more at ease in themselves as a result. But I would suggest that at the beginning you do try to do it for the full 3 minutes and take the time it takes. And in fact, you might want to adapt it into a longer meditation with the 3 different parts. So the first part, so I'm going to explain what it is and then we'll do it together. So the first part is, and the way to think about the breathing space meditation actually is really to think of it more like an hourglass. So you've got a piece at the top that goes in at the middle and then goes out again at the bottom. And this piece at the top is an expansive space where you are noticing without judgment, with a little bit of a step back and detachment from it, but you're noticing everything that is going on for you right now, all the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, all the rush of everything that's going on in your head, and everything that you're thinking and feeling about what's happening in your internal world. And so if you're starting to think, oh my God, I've got to remember that, or I've got to remember that, just kind of look at it as though it's a cloud going by or an aeroplane speeding by. Sometimes they're going so fast, but just sort of put a tag on it and label it, that's a thought. Or if you're feeling like I feel a little bit at the moment, I've got quite a sore neck, so just put a little label on it that says feeling or pain. If you're feeling that, you know, more of an emotion, say if you're feeling anxious or you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling tired, then perhaps just put a little note on it that says feeling or emotion. So kind of be noticing, be open about what it is that's going through your thought process, your feeling process, in everything that's in your internal world in that first minute, but be slightly detached. Don't get caught onto, don't hitch a ride with any of the thoughts as they're whirling past. Just let them go past you. It could be that you might visualize it like clouds in the sky that are going past, or it might be that you are visualizing you're sitting by a river and you can see all the things floating through the river. It might be that you're by the side of a road and you can see all the cars going by. Whatever works for you, or if you're just noticing the thoughts and the feelings and labeling them. There is no right way, there's no wrong way. Just try to not get too attached to them and keep that distance. You'll probably find that the distance is hard to do at first, and that's okay. Even the most practiced meditators will have days when they do get attached to those thoughts and feelings. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just come back to, when you notice that that's happened, just come back to noticing everything else that's going on in your internal mind. So that's the first part. The middle part, the second minute, is when you just focus on the breath. Literally just focusing on the breath. You know, you might want to do that by noticing where you can feel it most. If you feel it as it's coming in through your nostrils, you might feel the air as it's coming out just on your upper lip. You might notice it as it's coming in and filling your chest. You might notice it in your belly, in your tummy. You might notice it anywhere in your body, but just focus on your breath. If you're finding it hard to find a spot in your body where you are noticing your breath and focusing there, then just focus on counting your breath, or just focus on saying to yourself, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing in and breathing out. So really, so the focus is going very, very small now, just on the breath. And there's no right or wrong way to be breathing. You might notice that you are breathing quite fast. You might notice that actually you're breathing quite calmly and quite slow. But don't worry if you are breathing fast. That doesn't matter. All breathing is good. Just please stay breathing. And be noticing your breathing. So from the focus being very wide and expansive of everything that's going on in your mind, now we're coming down to just focusing on the breathing. And then the third part is going expansive again. So like the hourglass, the minute timer, going expansive again. So now we will be starting to notice again how we're feeling, how we're kind of arriving into the present moment. So starting to notice outside sounds, starting to notice the sensations as we're sitting in our chairs or standing or whatever, lying down, in whatever position you're in. And starting to bring into play all of the senses. So really starting to notice tastes even, and smells in the air, what you can hear, sensations of the air moving around you, etc. So those are the 3 steps: expansive into your inner world, into just your breath, and then expansive into all of your senses and the sounds and signals that you can become aware of around you. So as I said, it's 3 minutes, and I'm going to time it and talk you through the different parts. So I'll be suggesting things that you might be noticing in the first minute. I'll be directing you to your breath in the second minute, and I'll be directing you to things that you might be noticing around you in the third minute. And I probably will allow a little bit of extra time at the beginning for you to get sort of acclimatized, and a little bit of time at the end, so it's not a sudden you're back. This isn't hypnotism. So settle down now, take a few deep breaths and relax into your space. And with a deep breath in, let's start this breathing space meditation. Just noticing where you are and all the thoughts and feelings that you're bringing with you into this moment, staying detached from them, noticing them with curiosity and open-mindedness, letting go of all judgment, and watching them as they float by or rush by in your head. So noticing your thoughts and any things that are coming up for you right now, noticing how you're feeling, what emotions you're carrying with you at this moment, and noticing any sensations, just labeling those. And now bring your attention in to your breath, and just focus in on just your breath. Your breath as it comes in and as it goes out. You might notice it as it's coming through your nostrils, or you might notice it in your chest as your chest rises, or as your belly fills up with air. However you're breathing right now is perfectly the right way to be breathing for you. And just noticing as you're breathing in and you're breathing out, that's right. Now start to notice where you are around you. Can you notice any sounds beyond my voice? Can you notice any sensations that you're feeling in how you're sitting or lying? Can you feel the air on your skin? The seat beneath you? Is there anything that you can smell in your environment? Perhaps any tastes from the last thing you ate or drank in your mouth? Just noticing and checking in with all of your senses, what you can hear and see and smell and taste and feel. Now, as we're coming to the end of the breathing space, if you haven't already opened your eyes, open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, and come back. So that's the breathing space meditation. It literally takes just 3 minutes. And it's something that is really, really grounding, because it helps you to, the first part, I think the reason it helps is the first part acknowledges everything that's happening for you. You're not having to try to just put them on hold and suppress them whilst you are going into a meditation space. They're there, you're acknowledging them, you're giving them the space to breathe, and then you get very much grounded into the breath, which is always a very grounding activity, just to connect with the breath that gives us life, and then coming back into the environment. For me, it's a practice which works really well in between meetings. It's if you get the 3 minutes in between a meeting, which obviously sometimes we don't, but it's a great kind of bridging ritual to have between different kinds of activities as well, so that you can actually get kick-started in the next thing without bringing the baggage of the previous thing with you. So that's been the breathing space. Thank you so much for watching. If this has been helpful, please share it with others, please comment, and I will see you for the next M's, R and R.